Hi everybody, it's Martin from Preact again. Today's video is covering the Power Apps partner portals that Microsoft offer. Why would people want to use this? Well, it's a way of you and your organization sharing activities or your data with external organizations such as resellers, distributors, partners, suppliers. It's a way of giving them a way into your data and bringing them into some of your sales cycles. So the first thing we can see in the partner portal, obviously you get this home screen. This can all be customized. This is just what it looks like out of the box. Anyone coming on here can click join us, or if they click on view more, you can basically set the program details up on here to be what you want it to be. So this is obviously just dummy text. You could have your program details in here and what each service offers and the benefits of that. Within here, there's a couple of links, start here, or somebody over here can click on become a partner as well. By doing so, it's going to use the normal Microsoft Portals registration section first. So you can click begin here. This will then take you into the registration area like so, and it allows somebody to go in and fill in all their details. I've just got one over here that I've started to pre-fill in. Somebody would come in here, fill these details in, click register. You can see once that finds itself, it then obviously logs them in, it creates them, and then obviously this person now has a profile in the usual way. The difference with the partner portal is we have the option over here to register to be a partner. By clicking on this, it loads an application form just below the registration details on this profile. So you can see over here, it then basically changes the form and it asks the person to fill in all their details. So you'd fill out the form and all the details you need to, and then obviously once the user's ready, they would just click submit down here. By doing so, this is going to produce an application process within Dynamics. So I'm just going to flick over here now and show you what that looks like. Just before I do that, you can see once that completes, the person who's registered can obviously see the application status in here as well. So they can see that they've submitted this. That's now gone in. And I just click over here to Dynamics. You'd be in your database. Just refresh this. You can see there's a couple of extra views that you would get on your contacts table. So there's a few in here around the partner application details, partner web role, rejected applications, prospect applications, contact applications, and things like that. There's a few additional system views that you guys can use and leverage in there. You can see Sandra's already gone through this process and has been approved. Ian's now in here in its submitted status. You'd probably want to alert your users to say, you know, somebody's now in here, they need approval or rejection. But they can use that view. If not, they can save that on their dashboard if they need to. And then effectively what you've got is over here you can see the time of the application, the submitted status. Obviously the anniversary hasn't been filled in yet, and we've currently got no web roles. So there's a non-partner portal role in here at this point. Once your users are okay with this, there's a pre-built workflow in the system that they could trigger, or they could fill in a few other details and we can trigger this with automation. But you can see here approve partner application or reject partner application. It just changes the statuses accordingly. And as soon as you click approve partner application, it will say yes, this is going to be run on this contact, and that will just work in the background. I'll just give this a refresh. You can then see all the details. So we can see that it's now been approved. The partner anniversary date, obviously this is today's date, so you can do some cool things with that. What it automatically then does is it assigns a web role to the individual that's applied for this. Over here, obviously on their general tab, the company details they filled in, all the other fields they would have filled in, come through onto the contact. This person can now go ahead, once they've been assigned a web role, and then they would get a few additional tabs at the top here. Just refresh that again. I'll just do a hard refresh quickly. So I've just refreshed this screen here, and you can see obviously it doesn't say it's now, you know, submitted status. This has now been approved. You can see they're now just got the usual profile, but they've got a few additional options over the top here, which I'm just going to cover off individually in a second. One thing they can now do as well, obviously, is manage access. So they click manage access here. You can see who's got which roles. So what they could actually then go and do in here is if they had another user that was in here and they were the boss, they could then manage this person's roles in terms of what they can and can't see in here. For today's purpose, I'm just going to make Ian the admin, and then we can use Ian and show you a couple of these other options. So just going to click over here into the customers section and show you what this does. So what we've got over here under the customers option is we've got three options. If you just click on customers, that's just a sort of holding area for anyone to just be able to then navigate into either the customer contacts or the accounts. If we click on the accounts, this would show them a list of accounts that these guys could manage. The column headings and everything else, this can all be customized and changed. Obviously there's no accounts in here at this stage. So this distributor, reseller, partner, whoever, can go ahead and create a new account just by clicking create here. They click on this, they can then fill out all the details. So just fill in all the details for the account. This is just dummy data for today's benefit, and then they would click submit. Upon doing so, this would obviously create the account for them in the Dataverse, get added to the database as a partner account, and of course it gets associated into their customers area here. And just while that's doing that, just flick over here and show you the database. So if we click into the partner itself here on this form, you've got a couple of other things in here. You can see quickly, this is the main form that came in. Obviously the person who applied to be the partner in the first place in here, all the details they filled out. Obviously then those individual contacts that can log into this area, you can see down here, and obviously you can add a new employee if they need access to this as well from this section. But we've also then got managed accounts. So you can see in here managed accounts. Now this has been created, it gets associated to the managed accounts area. So we can see these partner accounts in this area. If we need to and we want to go in and associate an account for these, we can just go add existing over here. We could pick somebody, we can click add. This will add this in. There we go. That gets added in there, and then obviously in a few minutes time that would then appear over here in the portal as well. The fact of the matter is this is now a customer under the customer accounts table, like you can see here. And then down here we can see the contacts that work there. So again, we haven't got any contacts. Certain permissions, depending on what web roles we give them, they can associate existing contacts or they can create a contact from here. Obviously if they do associate, then over here when we go in the contacts area, similar scenario to the accounts. There are no contacts, or there's a few contacts in here because we've just added those other contacts. So because we added that partner account, the contacts have come across as well. And it's same as before. If we need to create a new contact that works of one of these accounts, we just click create and it will work in the same way. They would fill out all the details. Of course, that would then go against the customer contacts table, be linked to the account organization based on this value here. And then when we look over here under managed contacts, there'll be a list of managed contacts in here eventually once that gets added as well into that section. Now, like the accounts and the contacts, we've got another area in the portal for cases. You can see there's partner cases here. I could create a new case here for them. I could add an existing case for them from the database side. Equally, when we're in the portal, if they needed to raise their own case, they could come up here and they could raise a support case as well just by clicking in here and raising a case. So you've got in here, you've got knowledge base articles, which obviously you can use to self-serve. There's a concept of forums. So if we click into forums and you need to sort of have a general discussion or post a few things in against some of these threads, you can. And obviously if you need to raise a support ticket, you would go to the help desk area here. Obviously you'd see a list of your open cases. Again, these are system views and these can all be customized. Or you can raise a new case like so, and that will then feed into that subgrid you just saw called partner cases. That's the case management side. And then just over here on opportunities, if I just click over here, I'll show you what they look like. Again, you've got the holding area if you just click on the word opportunities. So when we're in opportunity, there's two types of opportunities. We've got managed opportunities, which are obviously going to be managed by the partner, ones that they've accepted. And then we've obviously got distributed opportunities. If we just start with distributed, you can see there is obviously nothing in here at this point. What this would do is this would be, where the distributor would distribute an opportunity manually or automatically, and the partner would see these in here, which they can accept or reject. So I'll just show you how this would be manually sent across. So just go over here. I'm in the sales hub. And then obviously on the form, on the opportunity form, you have this general tab. There's a whole load of extra fields in here for partner portal purposes. You can see the partner sales team. So if I was to fill in here, said contact and save that, then that would appear down here as the partner sales team. You can see on the subgrid down here. I've set the partner up to be this partner in here, and obviously then just to push this across manually, I would just set the status reason on here to be delivered. As soon as I do that and I click save, if we then scoot across over here to the portal quickly, then you would see under the distributed opportunities that opportunity that's been obviously distributed to this partner. The partner can obviously click into it and view all the details and accept it from there, or the quick and easy way to do it, click view details, it takes them into it, they can see products, everything else. We can customize that form and whatever fields need to appear for the partner to obviously make their decision, or they can click accept or decline from here. So I'm just going to go ahead, click accept on this. So I'm just going to click accept here. Once that's then been completed, if we flick over here to managed opportunities, then you can see it's now been obviously accepted by the partner and it appears in their managed opportunities. Now, obviously once they're in here, they can create their own opportunities as well from here, and then that can obviously be accepted in the database. They can export all of these to Excel if they need to. And the other way of doing obviously the distributed opportunities as well is the way to do this automatically from the database. So just back on the opportunity in the database, if we just look at that general channel, you can then see obviously the accepted date is now also in here. But one thing we can do is we've got a few workflows that run in the background, and we use some logic. We can distribute this automatically. When we're ready, we just click ready for distribution. I'll just show you, if we go over here to the partner record again, there's another tab on here. You can see partner info, the sales status. There's a few extra things that we can see and use in here. We've got capacity. We've got that they're classified as a partner. This has to be set. The classification has to be set. They have to have capacity. Their estimated range, so based on the opportunity value, it has to be within this range. The lead type has to be set up in the correct manner. And also any associated products as well that would be associated to this. So providing this partner can actually serve and sell those products. And then we click ready for distribution on that other section that you just saw. It then looks at distance. It looks at the win rate. So all of these extra lead status values that you can see down here. So previous win rate, providing obviously they need to have capacity, or else we can't obviously distribute this to them anyway. Feedback rate, return rate, the stall rate, the touch rate. It looks at all of these values, and providing it's done all of those, it will give them a sort of rating, and then it would distribute this out to the appropriate partners at that point. And again, as I said, that's all once all this logic's put into play and you've set these up on the individual partner records. When you're ready to distribute sort of a new opportunity, again, it looks at the estimated revenue and make sure it's hitting all those criteria and everything else we just discussed. Then you can see you just click here, ready for distribution. As soon as you do this, it will then go and find all of those parameters and it will distribute that out to all those partners that meet that criteria. And I think that's it. That's it for the sort of the Power Apps partner portal. So if you liked the video, please give it a like below, and if you can subscribe to the Preact channel, you can then see any of our future Dynamics 365 videos and anything else we're going to be releasing from the Power Platform. Thanks for listening.